Right, let's get started. The first one is a bit of actions. So I hope you like the person sitting next to you, because you need to cross your arms and hold their hand. Right, another chance to shout. So, set up. Right, we've not sang this one, we sang a lot of it before Christmas when we learned it, and we were really good at it. So, let's sing it again. you know what else is amazing about God? Not only does he see us all the time, he knows our thoughts. He knows everything about us. So maybe you think something and you think you're the only one that knows what you've thought about somebody. Maybe you don't like somebody, you had a wee bad thought about them. God knows it all. Right, who can count? 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2. Good, right. We only got to 2, but why did we only get to 2? We don't know when he's coming back. We don't know when he's coming back. What we do know is that he's coming back anytime. Who's he coming back for? Christians. And who are Christians? People who have believed in him. Yep, he's only coming back for people who have believed in him. That's what the Bible says. He's not coming back for everybody. Although everybody does have the chance to believe in him. Let's think about the fact that who it is we can believe in. Does anybody remember when we started looking at the beatitudes? Do you remember the first one was? Good. Blessed are the poor in spirit. They all start, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So, blessed are the poor in spirit. Well, the poor in spirit are people who, in simple terms, they realise their need before God. They realise that they're nothing before God, and they realise they need God's help. And so the poor in spirit, if you realise that, then yours is a kingdom of heaven. You can have a home in heaven. Try to simplify as much as possible. And there's quite a few of these that we're going to have to remember. So let's say it a couple of times. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Again, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Again, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Next one. Let me sing this because you'll be disappointed maybe we sing it.
In my blessings and in my doubts, in my failures you won't walk out. You'll bring up well lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. each morning arise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. My lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore.
Plenty of singing today. Go.
Every blade of grass, every sunset sky, every starry night, every mountain high, every single thing that your hands have made gives you glory, gives you praise. Every blade of grass, every blade of grass, every sunset sky, every sunset sky, every starry night, every starry night, every mountain high, every single thing that your hands have made, gives you glory, gives you praise. And I want to praise you too, for no one is as wonderful as you. And I want the world to see that the God of all creation is a friend to me. Every bird that sings, every shining sea, every blooming flower, every towering tree, every single thing that your hands have made, gives you glory, gives you praise. And I want to praise you too, for no one is as wonderful as you. And I want the world to see that the God of all creation is a friend. And I want to praise you too, for no one is as wonderful as you. And I want the world to see that the God of all creation is a friend to me.
Right, memory verse. So, new verse next week. Let's say this one over a few times, just so we get it really stuck in your mind. Right, from top. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he will strengthen your heart. Psalm 27, verse 14. Boys, wait, be of good courage, and he will strengthen your heart. Psalm 27, verse 14. Just the way Psalms are, we don't usually say chapter, it's not really chapter and verse, so just Psalm 27, verse 14. Right, girls, wait on. You can beat that, boys? You can beat that?
Yeah.
I like the
Get absolutely.
I like the confidence. Boys, wait.
On the Lord, be of good courage, and he will strengthen your heart. Psalm 27, verse 14.
Kiddos.
Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he will strengthen your heart. Psalm 27, verse 14. You're good to me. You gave me life and set me free. Heard me knock and opened up the door. God, you're good to me. Open my eyes and let me see. I can search, but I won't find anyone like you. I know I don't deserve this love you have for me. You sent your son to die upon a tree. And sometimes when I'm feeling far from you, I hear your voice calling me, and I begin to sing. God, you're good to me. You gave me life and set me free. Heard me knock and opened up the door. God, you're good to me. Open my eyes and let me see. I can search, but I won't find anyone like you. I know you'll always be with me every day. Your spirit in me, showing me the way. And I will try to be the best that I can be. 'Cause I know your love for me is deeper than the sea. God, you're good to me. You gave me life and set me free. You heard me knock and opened up the door. God, you're good to me. Open my eyes and let me see. I can search, but I won't find anyone like you.
Story time. Finally. Well, it's quite a wee short story today because we're finishing up the story of Elijah. Well, what had happened and what was still happening or what was not happening in that land because of their disobedience and because they were worshipping false idols. We talked about three weeks ago what was not happening in that land. No rain. Oh, no rain. Still no rain. Because that's what Elijah had told them and that's what God had promised. Well, we're going to find out what happens next. Well, King Ahab, he saw what had heard and I'm sure he believed as well. And, well, there's Ahab there and there's Elijah there. And, well, Elijah said to Ahab, Ahab, do you know what you need to do? Do you know what you need to do? Ahab, you need to have a right good big dinner, a really good meal, because after you've had the meal, you've got to travel back to the city you came from. You've got to go back to Jezreel. You've got to go all the way back there because guess what's coming? What do you think's coming? Rain is coming. Well, I wonder whether he looked up in the sky and thought, how do we know rain's coming? See if you look out, nice summer's day, big yellow ball of sun in the sky and not a cloud. Would you look out and say, I think it's going to rain today? Would you? No. You would be. You're daft, Jaden. You're daft. Right. So, maybe Ahab looked up and saw nice clear blue sky. I mean, doesn't look like there's much clouds in that sky. It's maybe a wee bit dark, but it doesn't look like much clouds in that sky. So maybe he looked up and thought, Elijah, rain coming, really? I'm not so sure. Well, the Bible tells us that Ahab did what Elijah said. He went and got a meal, and he went to make his way back to the place where he'd come from, because after he saw what happened on the altar, after he saw that God had sent down fire and burned the sacrifice, the altar, and all the water round about it, licked the whole lot up, I think he believed in God, and he believed what God had said. And so he made himself a meal, and while he was doing this, it tells us that Elijah went up to the top of a mountain, and there he could see right over the ocean. What happens when you, well, most of the time, unless there's some islands in the way, but have you ever been to the seaside and you look out and you can't see anything but sea and sky? Yeah, we've seen that. Sometimes when you go on holiday, it's even better when you see it. Bright blue sky, bright blue sea, and you can see for miles. Well, Elijah went up to the top of the mountain, looked over what would be the Mediterranean Sea, and he looked and he could see for miles. Doesn't look like there's much rain in that sky, is there? Well, what he did was, what do you think he's doing? Praying. He did. Not quite right, 'cause it says he bowed his head between his knees. But anyway, he's praying, and this chap here is his servant, and he said to his servant, go out and look over the sea and see if you can see any rain. So, away he went, and not much rain in that sky, is there? Yeah. And he came back and he said, Elijah, I know you said there was going to be rain, but I'm not so sure. Elijah says, go again. Go again and look over the sea and see what you can see. So he came back. Oh, he came back to Elijah, and Elijah sent him back out again. And away he went. Same again. Clear blue sky. Elijah, where's this rain? Are you sure? Elijah said, I'm sure. God said he would send rain, definitely. So away he went again. Twice. Come back. Elijah, nothing. Go again. 4 times. Come back. Elijah. Clear blue sky, Elijah. Go again. How many times is that? 5. Go again. Elijah. Still clear blue sky. Go again. Many? 6. Come back, Elijah. It's still a clear blue sky. I don't know where you're getting rain from. It's clear blue sky, not a cloud in the sky. Go again. 7 times. Don't know, he might have been getting fed up by this time, thinking, what on earth am I doing looking over the sea that's clear blue skies? Well, away he went again, did what he was told, did what Elijah asked. What's in the sky this time? A cloud. Is it a big cloud? No, it's not. The Bible actually tells us that it was about, well, either that size or that size. It says it was a cloud about the size of a man's hand. Would you think, oh, hold on a minute, we're going to get some massive downpours out of that? No. Well, the servant came back and said to Elijah, there's a cloud the size of a man's hand. There's a small cloud in the sky. Elijah said, tell you what, to the servant, go and tell King Ahab that he needs to go now. He needs to go right away because there's a massive downpour coming. There's a massive storm coming with lots and lots of it. He needs to go now. I don't know. If I was a servant, if I would be running to Ahab and saying, Ahab, there's a massive downpour coming because there's one wee cloud in the sky. Well, he did what he was told. He did what Elijah told him. And he went and told Ahab, he said, Ahab, you need to go. There's rain coming. There's masses of rain coming. Well, Ahab, by this time, started to believe what Elijah was saying and started to believe what God said. And so, Ahab packed up his stuff, got into his chariot and started making his way home. Now, it was about 17 miles, they reckon, from where they were here in the mountain to where he was going. 17 miles. So Ahab would have been in his chariot with his horses, and that would have been no bother at all. Well, the Bible tells us that Elijah, well, he gathered up, you can see here, well, you can see in the last picture, if I go the right way, oh no, there's, how do you fancy, oh, you can't really see because he's no stat, well, he'd be wearing the same as a servant. How do you fancy running in all that gear? See if you had to go a wee run, or a big run, you fancy wearing all of that? Near my dad, I like my shorts on when I'm running. Well, it tells us that Ahab, he gathered up probably these kind of long gowns, and he tucked them in, and well, he knew there was rain coming. Ahab was on his way home. Elijah tucked up his, well, you can see it there, he's kind of tucked up, he's pulled it up, and the rain was coming. Look, what's that? And what's that all over? Lots of rain. The rain hadn't been for months. And all of a sudden the rain was there. But the Bible tells us that, do you know what? Elijah, a bit like myself, he was rapid. He actually overtook Ahab in the chariot. God gave him strength, supernatural strength probably. And the Bible tells he actually overtook Ahab in his chariot and got to the gate, the city of the gates first. So that's the end of the story of Elijah. Elijah told him there's going to be no rain. Was there any rain? No rain, no rain, not at that point. Elijah said no rain, and there was no rain because God had told them. They had been worshipping false gods, and they put a sacrifice out, and they couldn't get their gods, who were just made of brass or wood or whatever. They were worshipping things that were dead, not the true and living God. And the sacrifice that Elijah did, that was burnt up, and that proved and showed the people that God was real. And then, when the people repented and believed in God and said, truly this is the real God, they'd learned their lesson. And after they'd learned their lesson, God sent them rain, and lots of it, so that they could have their harvest and their crops and be able to eat and drink and whatever else again. So that's the end of Elijah. Amazing how God can use a man in all these circumstances. My wee monkey says see you later. Cheerio.